Hello out there, YouTube land, Twitter peeps, Facebook folks. Lumpz Clown once again. And since it's Friday the 13th, I decided to switch up and do something a little different this time. Instead of reviewing a game I actually like, I wanted to review a game that is not so great. Now, when I was a kid, I mentioned in previous videos that word of mouth was the biggest way to pick up on the newest games, aside from the folks that were lucky enough to get Nintendo Power, which unfortunately I was not. This game has always caught my eye, but I have never rented it before. I never got the chance, whatever happened. Years go down the road, and I walk into the video game store, and I happen to see this bad boy sitting on the shelf for $2. Couldn't pass it up. So I say, fuck it. If it sucks, then at least I'm out $2, so the fuck what. Well, to give a little background on it, this was created Bandai 1986, is what it says there on the title screen. And this is kind of a very heavily localized version of the Dragon Ball Z manga. A lot of the references from the game were removed, plenty different from the release that Japan saw. But unlike the other Dragon Ball Z games, even hardcore fans of the series probably wouldn't like this game. There's many different reasons why. As you go through the overworld, it's really hard to understand what's going on. You see the enemies, you kill them, and sometimes they drop these, I guess the manual calls them scrolls. They don't look like scrolls to me, they look like little gray turds. You pick them up, shit just kind of spreads everywhere. You'll see what I'm talking about once we get in game. But when we go through and get to the bosses is when it just gets really bad. You have to tank through them. There is no strategy involved. None that I know. You know, I've tried everything. I've tried jumping over their attacks. I've tried backing off. Nothing seems to work, so I just say fuck it, start mashing the attack button. And then the other thing is that the translation with this game is just absolutely terrible. And the cutscenes kind of look like a first grader drew them. You know, and I don't care if graphics suck. I mean, good games don't really have to depend on graphics. You know, fucking retro gamer clown, what do you expect? But this one here looks like they were just done up amateurishly. This game definitely could have benefited from at least 2 months more of development before it was released. So we're going to go ahead and fire this up. We'll see what it's about. Alright, here we go. Dragon Power. Yeah. So I'm not going to go in here and I'm not going to lampoon this game. I'm just going to go ahead and point out some of the problems that I saw with it. Well, let's go and get started. Turtle Hermit. Okay. Let's go on a trip. How do we search? Use this. Dragon Radar. Now, let's go. Alright, there we go. So I hit pause, nothing. This Dragon Radar she's speaking of, I have no idea if I'm using it automatically or what the hell's going on. This is our first in-game enemy. Looks like Doghead on legs. I'm Monkey Boy right here. And that's a scroll. That meat obviously gives me power. Which I should mention about the power is if you take too much time in a level, your health actually depletes. Which is kind of fucked up. This guy's screwing my ass up. Damn. First boss fight. So, one of my gripes with this game is the boss battle. Basically, you have no choice but to tank right through it. Because either that guy stabs you with a sword as he's walking, or he smacks you with it because the time is so short in between when you can hit him without taking damage. And I won, but I only got 22 health left. I shouldn't be able to have to do that. That's just screwed up, man. Yo, help! Oh no. Did she get caught? I could just hear Chris Redfield in my head when I see this dialogue. The translation itself isn't too bad, at least they're using punctuation, all that mess. But what gets me is how cheesy the acting is. Even if it's not voice, it's just text. And you can just see the cheese dripping off of it, I swear to God. I should mention this game only gives you 1 life, so don't screw around. Hurry! Help me, please! And I'd say, yeah, she definitely got caught, dumbass. She's begging for help. She's wrapped up in ropes. What do you think? Game over. Seriously. I ran out of health. I guess you could call that a timer, but it would be nice if they actually put timer on the screen. instead of power. And then it just goes down slowly. Because I can't keep an eye on that and try to keep an eye on the wacky action going on screen at the same time. Especially when it comes down to boss battles, there's just no way that I could get through there without taking damage. And I actually had a buddy of mine on Twitter recommend that I try this game out with Game Genie. I'm not trying to be competitive here, I'm just right now pointing out some aspects of the game for anyone out there curious about picking up any Dragon Ball Z shit. I wouldn't even recommend this to them because of the fact that so many references were removed. So this is just completely unrecognizable. I even have a cousin of mine who's deep into Dragon Ball Z. I doubt he'd even recognize this shit. Well, this has been Lumpz the Clown. This is my Friday the 13th review of Bad Game. Much clown love and Lumpz the Clown out. Oh, my recommendation? Do not play this game.